What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to be talking about Space Jam, which was released in 1996, starred by Michael Jordan and yours truly, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and the rest of the Looney Tunes gang, and also Danny DeVito, Larry Bird, Bill Murray, and what is his name again? Wayne Knight. Thank you very much. Okay, and then we have other stars, NBA stars, like Muggsy Bogues, Sean Bradley, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, and Larry Johnson. So pretty much the premise is we meet these space aliens who run their own world that is called Moron Mountain, but it's a amusement park, but it's shitty. They're running out of business, so their big boss, Danny DeVito, Swackhammer, I think they call his name, but he's just called the boss. And his aliens are these little tiny creatures like this, pretty much. They're little small guys that he picks on and makes fun of. And his idea is that they need new attractions to make some money and stuff like that. So they figure out someone steps on his remote that sets all of his TVs off. And he's thinking of something. He's like, we need something. And one of the people say Looney, and then it shows all the TVs of all the Looney Tunes going all crazy and shit. So then that's his idea. He's like, Looney Tunes. That's it. So his whole idea is to get those little monsters to convince the Looney Tunes to come work with them. So pretty much, that's the whole premise. As we get there, they are like the Bugs Bunny and the squad just laughs because they're little monsters, but they ended up telling them that they have to do this or they're gonna kill them pretty much. But they said you have to you have to let us challenge you in some kind of event. So Bugs Bunny, obviously being Bugs Bunny in a cartoon, he makes up this rule book stating that they have to challenge them and such. So they talk about what game to play, and they figure out that basketball would be the best game because they're the monster, like the like the morons are like fucking 1 foot tall, and Bugs Bunny is like 6 feet, I think, or whatever. So they figure they could win the game, and they laugh and say, okay, we'll play you in basketball. So the Monstars end up figuring out that they can steal powers from NBA basketball players. So they end up going and watch a couple basketball games and stealing powers from Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Larry Johnson, Sean Bradley, and Muggsy Bogues. I want to say Muggsy Bogues. So anyways, they steal their powers, and they can't even play basketball anymore. They're unathletic. They just lost their total game. And all their power is inside this gold ball now that the aliens took. So the aliens go back to the court, and now, the Bugs Bunny and the squad are just laughing at them because it's, practice time for the little short guys. And now they touch the balls, and each one of the monsters becomes a form of, the orange monster becomes, he looks like Charles Barkley, a little stocky and, kind of tall. The purple guy is Sean Bradley, super tall and super skinny. The one dude's Muggsy Bogues, just super small, but, really fast and, good at shooting. And the other two are pretty much the same. Patrick Ewing's a fucking beast, right? And same with Larry Johnson. They're just two beasts. The 6'5", 6'4" beasts. So that's just what they become. They become the Monstars, and they're just huge creatures of havoc and just terrorize the Looney Tunes for a brief second, and then Bugs Bunny realizes that they need help pretty much. And I pretty much missed the whole premise of the start, and then they go and seek out the best player, obviously, that plays basketball. Michael Jordan, ladies and gentlemen. But at this time, the first time we see Michael Jordan is actually the very first scene instead of what I was talking about previously, because I felt like just talking about the Looney Tunes part, and now I'm going to get to my favorite part pretty much. So we talked about the whole premise of so the Looney Tunes and these Monstars now have the new NBA All-Stars powers, and we're learning out. So right now it's this whole very start of the movie. Sorry, I'm messing everyone up probably. Is Michael Jordan, the young kid, and he's just shooting hoops at 4 a.m, shooting hoops, and his dad just talking to him and saying he's getting pretty good at that, and he's wants him to play baseball, but he says he wants to play basketball kind of deal. And then he says you keep shooting until you miss. So he's just draining every shot, pretty much talking about how he wants to go to North Carolina, and then he wants to play and then he wants to play for Olympics, and then he wants to go straight to the NBA, and he's just swishing, and then his dad tells him it's time to go in, and this is like my favorite fucking epic part. And then he's like, what next? You think you could fly some? And then he just like looks back at the rim, his all starts going slow-mo, and he's just bouncing the ball, and then it's like goes back and forth between like a shot of him as a kid dribbling the ball, and then like Michael Jordan, like North Carolina, like Chicago Bulls, and he shows him like Air Jordan dunking, and that's how like it starts. It just goes jam, slam, come on and jam, and it just goes in a big montage of like Michael Jordan doing all these sick, crazy, like athletic basketball moves through like his high school, North Carolina, and then when he's in the Olympics as a young 19-year-old, 18-year-old, and then he goes right to the Chicago Bulls and just starts fucking doing crazy shit. And then he just slowly goes through like his years all the way to his first retiring year. And then after pretty much that montage goes on for maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes, because it's like part of the credits. Like the credits were showing like who's in it and everything, but it is maybe the best thing I've ever seen in the theater when I was a kid. I think that opening montage as a child, I didn't think I'd seen everything. Like it was like mind-blowing, because all like the crazy like all the flashing lights and like the music and the crazy dunks and shit, it was so sick. And then it starts out after the end of the montage, it goes to him now retiring from the game of basketball after the passing of his father. So now he's gonna go play baseball. So now that's a thing, that's pretty much like a big joke in this movie, where like people don't think he's a very good baseball player, but he actually is, I guess. They do talk about that in the Last Dance documentary. So now it goes a little bit fast forward to him wanting to play baseball pretty much. So now he's playing baseball in like a AAA team, and like the field's packed, and when he's up to bat, like the bat catcher's like talking to him and telling him what the pitch is so he can like hit a homer and shit, and then the back catcher's just like pumped that he got to talk to Michael Jordan. And when he goes home, he said his kid asked how the game was, and he said, "Do you have a bad game?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "How was everyone?" He's like, "It was bad." He's like, "Everyone." He's like, "Did everyone treat you bad?" He's like, "No, everyone was just real nice about it, so it's worse." Something like that. But it's pretty funny. But yeah, premise is now we're at the point right now where like Michael Jordan is golfing with Bill Murray and Larry Bird and Wayne Knight, who's Stan. Stan is his like right-hand man for the baseball team. He's like assistant. So he's like helping him with being his caddy pretty much, while Larry Bird and Bill Murray are his golfing partners in this show. So they're golfing, and he pretty much gets a hole-in-one, but we find out that the ball is like magnetized, because underneath like the field there's Bugs Bunny with the magnet and like bringing the ball right to the hole. So they go to take a picture of Michael Jordan with his hole-in-one. Like Stan takes the picture, and he just like disappears right in the hole. And then best part, Wayne Knight's like, "What kind of?" Bill Murray's like, "What kind of camera is that?" And Stan's like, "It's just he's like, "Don't point that at me!" He just throws it on the ground. It's one of my favorite parts. Bill Murray in this is fucking awesome. Okay, so that's pretty much like the premise of it. So that's how they get him to the Toon World. He gets lassoed and sucked into the golf hole, and then he ends up like getting dragged all the way through like this hole, which is like, I don't know, into the dimension of the Looney Tunes, because they live in our world, I guess. So then he ends up making his way there, and then they pretty much give him the whole kit and caboodle of how we need your help. Boom. Yeah. Pretty much now we get that they need help. All the Looney Tunes that are part of the team is Bugs, Daffy, Elmer Fudd, Porky Pig, Sylvester, Lola, Peppy, Tweety. There's more too, like Stan. Bill Murray's a part of the crew later on. The Mouse is a part of the crew. She's in it for 2 seconds. So my dislikes, I wanted Bill Murray to be in it more, obviously. Anything Bill Murray's in, you always want more to be in it for him. What else? The crossover between live action and cartoon. It was like crazy to see Michael Jordan and like I don't know, with Bugs Bunny. Like, if you like talk about the premise of it, people were like, "What the fuck?" Like, but it is so sick to watch. Like, it's, I don't know, like it's just so cool. Like, it's a timeless movie. 1996. It's great. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I fucking love this movie. I loved it when I was a kid. Still love it now. I can remember having one of my birthday parties. I think it was like my 6th or 7th birthday party. It was like Space Jam themed, so I had like Space Jam shorts and like Space Jam shirt, and then Michael Jordan like Space Jam cake too. It was fucking sweet, and a hat too. I'm pretty sure it was the best ever. And then I got the VHS of Space Jam too. It was rad. So anyways, we're gonna talk about. So now they pretty much have their big basketball game with it's the Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan versus the Monstars, and obviously the first quarter it doesn't go the way they want it to, and like the whole Michael Jordan has to finish his game and then get back in time for his big baseball game. That's the one thing I hate about it. He's always, but I got my baseball game. Like that's why he doesn't want to play at first, because he's got his baseball game. And so it's like, fuck you, Michael. Like, you're better at basketball. But anyways, we go on, and they're getting their butts kicked. Then it goes to halftime, and then Michael Jordan's kind of trying to give this rousing speech how we gotta not back down from them, because they're just getting destroyed. They're these big monsters, so they're just getting fucking smacked around, banged up, and it sucks. Michael Jordan's still, like, just putting up crazy points, so, like, it's sick. So anyways, they have, what is it? Bugs ends up making this, Michael's secret stuff. It's, he says that Michael's been drinking the secret stuff, and that's what all the Looney Tunes go crazy for, so they end up start drinking it, and then they make them seem like they're super strong and they could do anything, so they end up catching up and almost, like, tying the game, and then, like, the fourth quarter, they're down again, and then, yep, everyone's pretty much out, and then Bill Murray shows up with 10 seconds left. Fucking amazing. Best 10 seconds ever. Michael Jordan's like, midair. And he's like, Mike, I'm open! Never mind. It's just like, fuck. So anyways, I don't really talk about the movie. I've pretty much talked about most of it. But the best parts, Michael Jordan's fucking dunk montage. Like, I don't know who thought about doing that, but that was sweet. If that was Michael's doing, good on you, MJ. Like, that was great. Like Bill Murray. Bill Murray was so funny. Like he wanted to be in, like, his lines where he's talking about being in the NBA. He's like, this new disease that's going on there. He's like, they're gonna need new and experienced different people to be in the NBA, and that could do a halftime performance. And I think I can do that. And he plays for like 10 seconds versus cartoons, and he's just dying out there, so it's fucking hilarious. And he's like, his quads are hurting and stuff. What else? It was great. I'm trying to think. Yeah, this movie holds a lot of memories for me, so I highly recommend checking Space Jam out. It has a great soundtrack. Everybody gets up, it's on a slam now. We're gonna get you going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. It's a chance at the Space Jam.
Up, it's time to slam now. We got a real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. It's your chance.
Okay, guys. Thanks for watching and listening. Hope you like it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you later.